Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our lovely hatha yoga class. My name is Susan, and today I'm going to do an hour yoga. So we're going to do a two-part, about 28 minutes for the first part, which will be mostly stretching. We'll end in child's pose, and then part two, we'll start from mountain and do a nice, lovely vinyasa. All right, so you can choose to do both or one or the other. It's up to you. All right, so today is March 11th, so just so you'd like to know what day it is today. And it's a beautiful sunny morning. So comfortable on your sit bones, back is nice and straight. So I want you always to remember to listen to your body, respect your limitations, pay attention to how your body moves and how you feel. And if it's something that's going to aggravate a condition or cause you pain, please think about it before you do it. Ease into it, come out of it if you have to. Skip it altogether if you need to, all right? So don't worry about that. Basically, just focus on your breath. Just relax and breathe. In through the nose. Always suspend your breath for a few seconds. Exhale through the nose, all right? So we always start our class with a couple minutes of pranayama. So today for our mudra, I chose Padma Mudra or the lotus seal. So if you prefer not to do it, you can just keep your hands on your lap and do your pranayama that way as well. So if you'd like to try it, hands together, the back of the hands together, thumbs together, and your hands are open just like the petals of a lotus flower. So bringing your hands up to your heart. So this gesture is a symbol of your consciousness. And the flowers, many unfurling petals, mirrors your own broadening capacity for self-awareness. So just relax, close your eyes, and let's breathe. Continue on your own personal pranayama for the next 2 minutes. Slow everything down and just breathe. Now's the time to drop your day and settle your mind. And to set an intention for your practice today. Focus on any situation in your life that needs guidance from your higher self. It's time to release, slow down the heart rate, slow down your blood pressure, and release any anxiety. Try to find stillness in mind and body. For one more breath. On the exhale, let's bring our hands together. Let's rub and vigorously activate our hand chakra. Hands onto your heart center. Close your eyes. Let's take a nice long smooth breath together to tune out. Inhale. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo Guru Dev Namo Guru Dev. One more nice long smooth breath together. Inhale. And on the exhale, let's drop 3 fingers, preparing for Jupiter Mudra. Take a nice long smooth breath. And on the exhale, come up all the way. Sitting nice and tall in those sit bones, let's wake up that physical body, let's wake up that spine. Reach. And every time, every move we make, every stretch we do, make the little adjustments, find the place that's comfortable for you. So you can relax and really enjoy the benefit of the stretch and really feel the breath. On the exhale, I want you to bring your arms down, shoulder height, and palms up. Now, sitting nice and tall, relax those shoulders. On the exhale, I want you to reach. This is a really nice stretch for the shoulders, for the upper back, releasing the shoulder blades. Breathe. Slow the breath down, connect with the breath, feel that breath. Sometimes, when you sit down on your mat, it takes a few minutes. Sometimes you get the breath right away. Sometimes it takes a little while to just really connect with the breath. So just take it easy. One more. On the exhale, release the hands. Slowly bring your hands to the back. Grab your fingers. Take your breath. And on the exhale, bring the shoulders up, bring the back, slide them together, shoulder blades. Nice and tight. And let's release the front of the shoulder, the front of the deltoid, starting to release the chest, opening up the pectorals, opening up your rib cage, opening up your heart center. So starting to release the chest will really help you with your posture as well. Let's prepare for seated twist pose from here. Take a breath. On the exhale, leave the left hand behind your back. Bring the right hand all the way to the left knee. All right. Take a breath. And on the exhale, gently look over the left shoulder. Sitting nice and tall, shoulders are relaxed. Now this is a gentle spinal twist. When you're working with your spine, be very gentle. If you have issues with your back or your spine, don't torque your back or your neck. Even if you move a little bit, it doesn't matter where you are in your stretches. Where you are is where you need to be. So just relax. If you want to go deeper, you can. You can press on your knee. If you need to back up, come out of it. And let's really work on releasing the spine, keeping it nice and strong and balanced and supple and agile. Releasing the nerves, the blood vessels, and the muscles up and down your back. One more breath. Exhale, slowly counter pose. Let's go to the other side. Left hand on the right knee, right hand behind the back. Take a breath. Exhale, look over the shoulder. Now we always move on the exhale. So whenever you decide to do anything, try to do it on the exhale. And that's what I'm going to try and cue you on, is when I say the next exhale or your next exhale is when I want you to move, all right? One more breath. Exhale, come back to center. All right, hands on the lap, roll the shoulders out. Just roll them out gently. Start releasing the tension into the shoulders and into the neck and the upper body. And also when you roll the shoulders up, forward and backward, the looser you get, the easier it's going to get to move around. And this also increases the circulation into your upper body as well. All right, let's go. Inhale out, exhale. Inhale into a gentle back bend. Either just reach up or you can bend back a little, whatever you feel like doing, whatever your body's going to let you do today, or wherever you are in your practice. One more breath. Exhale, bring the arms down. Slow and gentle, hands right on the floor. Okay, so from here, I'm going to give you two ways to do this one here. If you want, you keep your hands here and just bend the elbows and focus on leaning forward. But if you're a little bit more flexible, you can crawl your fingers as far as you'd like, all right? So from here now, very important you keep your back straight, head is level with your spine. So try not to hunch and roll over as best as you can. Big breath. Exhale. And this stretch here is going to start lengthening the spine, releasing the muscles up and down your back, stretching up the shoulders. Just breathe, let it happen. One more breath. On the next exhale, stay low and let's shift our body weight. Slide your hands to the left. Now the weight's on the left thigh, right hip stays on the floor. Here again, reach with both arms. You can, if you want to focus more on the right arm, that's entirely up to you. Try to keep the shoulders relaxed, go as far as comfortable, and you should feel a lovely stretch from the right shoulder all the way down to the hip. Just breathe. Come back to the breath. Make the little adjustments. If you find this is too intense, just back up a little bit if you need to. One more breath. On the next exhale, stay low and let's float all the way to the other side. Very gentle with your spine. Come to the right. Weights on the right thigh, left hip on the floor. And again, you can reach. And let's really wake up the left side of the body. Feeling that beautiful ray of sunshine in my face. Lovely. Now while we're here, I'd like to recognize and release the tension that we hold in our face. So I want you to engage all the muscles. Just really scrunch up your face as tight as you can. Just squeeze it. And then let it go. And all that tension filter through your body and sink into the mat for one more breath. And on the exhale, come back to center. Slow and gentle and come up all the way. All right, again, when you want to roll the shoulders up whenever you need to. Even if you do it just for a couple of seconds, it just helps really starting to release that tension. All right, so let's do another lovely stretch. So this one here, left hand on the floor beside the left knee, right hand on the right knee. Now, if you have a block handy, this is where a block would come in. I'm going to show you 3 ways to do this particular stretch. So if you can, elbow on the floor without the right hip coming off the floor. If that's not going to work for you, this is where your block comes in. It just brings the floor up a little higher. so you can rest your elbow on the floor comfortably. Now, if you don't have a block or anything to bring the floor up, just bring your hand out here and you can bend the elbow. Do the same stretch without the elbow being on the floor, of course. All right, ready? Let's go. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale. Now, reaching up to the ceiling. If you can reach a little bit to the left. If you find that's a little too intense, stay here. This stretch, you can do it with your hand on your hip as well. Now make sure the elbow and shoulder are lined up, nice and straight, and the arm is lined up to the side of the body and to the head and the shoulders. So you're not leaning forward or twisted back. As best as you can, set yourself up. Find the place that you're comfortable, but then you're still feeling that beautiful stretch from the fingertips all the way down the arm right into the hip. One more breath. Exhale, right hand to right knee. Stay in this position with the left elbow. And on the exhale, I want you to push away on the knee, bring the right shoulder a little bit closer to the left knee. You can keep the arm straight if you want to soften at the elbow. And let's get a stretch to the upper back and the shoulder all the way down. Breathe. Relax. Close your eyes if you like. One more breath. On the exhale, bend the elbow, come to center, slow and gentle with your spine and come up. All right, let's go to the other side. So if you're using your little special block, take it with you. All right, right hand on the floor, left hand on the knee, sitting nice and tall. Make sure that you're nice and comfortable on your sit bones. And let's go, inhale up and over. Nice and straight. You can spread those fingers like rays of sunshine and reach. Keep that breath going. Pay attention to the sensations of the breath. Don't hold your breath. And an exhale, left hand to left knee. And exhale, push away. Just ease into your stretch. Just let it happen. Let the breath guide you. On the next exhale, bend the elbow. Stay low. Come to center. Slow and gentle. All right, let's loosen up the legs a little bit. Let's get into our little butterfly. So this is a butterfly or bound angle pose. So sitting like this, make sure there's room between the heels and the groin area. So you don't have to have your heels way up here. Move them down a bit. Try to relax your knees. Let those hips go. This is a gentle hip opener. This is also releasing and stretching the inner thigh, the pelvic floor, groin area, the tight buttocks as well. And like I said earlier, a gentle hip opener. So 2 ways to do this one here. If you're comfortable, and if you don't want to go any further or can't go any further, stay right here. Keep your hands on your legs, keep your back straight, head is level with your spine. But if you want to go a little deeper with this one, hands on the ankles, and you can press gently with the knee, elbows on the knees, and lean forward, all right? So any way you do this, back is still straight and your head is nice and level with your spine. All right, hinging at the hips. Big breath, exhale. Now, if you're leaning forward, try not to put a lot of weight or pressure on the knees. Focus on leaning forward. Try to relax your knees, relax your thighs, relax those hips, just let them go. For one more breath. Exhale, come up slowly. All right, hands on the knees. So we're going to do another nice stretch. So what I want you to do now is just to open up your legs a little bit wider than your hips. Feet are on the floor. So this particular, and hands right here, this is going to be called the half tortoise pose. So in this position here, just sitting like this, you're going to feel a stretch into the quads, into the hip flexors, probably into your back as well. So basically this is almost a full body stretch, just sitting like this. So again, keeping the back straight. Now, if you can, just put your hands on the floor. If you want to put your knuckles, it's okay. If for those of you who are a little bit more flexible, you could crawl your fingers a little further. If you can't, don't. Just stay here. Breathe. Think about how your thighs and your quads feel right now. There's a little fire there, and that's exactly what you should feel. One more breath into the half tortoise. Exhale, straighten your spine. Now let's finally get those legs. Let's release those legs now. Let's get the kinks out of the legs now. So sitting nice and tall, open up your legs nice and wide, toes pointing up to the ceiling, and just doing that will get a nice calf stretch. So this particular stretch here, we're going to work on the back of the leg. Let's work on the hamstrings, and this is going to release and stretch the knee out as well, and of course the calves. So hands in front. Again, if you can just lean forward and just bend the elbows. And of course, if you're a little bit more flexible or stronger, you can crawl your fingers as far as you'd like. All right, again, back stay straight. I want you just to be aware of your posture all the time, so you're not all kind of rounded and hunched over. If your back doesn't get very straight, just go to where it feels the best for you. That's all right? Don't worry about it. Because I don't want you to feel like you have to force your body into doing a stretch or position or be aggressive in your movements. Moving your body slowly, gently, very, very carefully. Take a breath. Exhale. Now, while you're in this position, I want you to pay attention to how your knees and your quads feel. They're probably tight. Let them go. Try to relax them. If you're not sure how to do that, make them as tight as you can, and then you have to go to the opposite, and you just feel that sensation of relaxing that muscle. All right? One more breath. Exhale up. All right, perfect. Okay, let's get those legs together now. All right, so this is our staff pose. It's a very neutral, resting place to be. Sitting nice and tall and comfortable on your sit bones, being aware of your posture. Shoulders are relaxed, sitting nice and tall. Let's point those toes, all right? Get a nice stretch on the top of the foot while we're here. Now let's work the forearms, wrist, and the hands and the fingers. So I want you to reach out with the left arm, make a fist, bend it at the wrist, and just slightly turn out to the baby finger. Keep the arm low so we focus on the forearm, not so much the shoulder. We'll use the shoulders a little later. All right, so this is lengthening, stretching, decompressing, releasing the extensor muscles along the forearm, the top of the forearm, along the side of the forearm, wrist, and the hand. One more breath. Exhale, straighten hand, bring it up. Bring the fingers back gently, releasing the flexor muscles, the wrist and the hand, fingers. One more breath. Exhale, release, hand on the lap. Now, if you can, get your heels off the floor. Let's try this side here. Straighten that spine, relax the shoulders, fist and out. Just getting the heels off the floor is another little calf stretch. You don't have to. You can keep your heels on the floor if you'd like. Breathe. Starting to feel that relaxation settling in, calm. Breath is flowing. Exhale, straighten hand, open fingers, bring it back. Gentle. And if you find that if you do get into a stretch or a movement that's really going to aggravate a condition, or you think, oh, it's not going to feel good, then just try it a little bit. You don't have to go, like I said, be aggressive. And release, heels on the floor, relax your legs, relax your knees and thighs. All right, let's work the fingers now. So all we're going to do today is we're just going to touch the tip of each finger. That's it, and work your way back up. All right, sitting nice and tall, follow the rhythm of the breath. You can open your eyes for this, or if you want to try it with your eyes closed. A little bit of eye-hand coordination if your eyes are open. And also just a nice little stretch for the fingers, just kind of articulating them, releasing the tight fingers, and maybe getting a little space between lubricating the little joints. And when you get back to when you finish your last little set, back to your thumb, I want you to very slowly and just stretch your hands out. Lengthen those fingers, feeling a deep stretch in the palm of the hand. And then I want you to get into a claw, a little tighter. And then from here into a fist. Wrap your thumb around, tight fist. And then slowly uncoil them. Just let them go limp. And then I want you to shake them out. Shake those hands out. Release the tension in the hands and the fingers. All right. If you need to, roll the shoulders out. Don't be shy. Do that whenever you'd like. Loosen things up. All right, let's go right down to the ankles. So this one here, I want you to open up your legs just a little bit. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do little ankle circles in and ankle circles out. So when you're doing this, try not to move your legs. If they move a little bit, no big deal, but try not to wiggle your legs around too much. All right? So position of the arms, if you want, you can lean back and do it this way, relax. But if you want to have a straight spine, put your hands along the side of your hips, and you can do it that way. All right? So 3 in and 3 out. Let's articulate those lovely ankles. Let's go. Inhale around. Exhale, pause. Go again. When you finish 3, one direction, go the other. This is also engaging lower leg muscles as well. We're really working on those lovely ankles, the foot and the toe. One more. And when you finish your last set, relax. Relax your legs, all right? Now for the toes, let's just wiggle the toes around now. I want you to play piano with your toes. Just play piano. Try to really move them around, and you can add the fingers if you want, and if you want to add circling the wrists and go a little faster if you like with the ankles, just wiggle things around. Try to move all those little toes around, all right? Perfect. All right, let's get into our table now. So we're going to get onto our hands and knees. All right, perfect. So with my classes, I always offer a little extra padding for under the knees or the wrists. So that's probably something if you're finding that you're uncomfortable, especially if you have knee issues, a little extra padding is not a bad thing, all right? Probably sometimes it just takes the edge off. So into our table. Now, alignment again, ankle to knee, knee to hip, knees are hip distance apart, elbows, shoulders, wrists lined up, head is level with your spine, and let's go together. Inhale, head up, sacrum up, C-scoop, spine. Exhale as you arch the back, chin to chest, belly button to spine. Keep going, follow the breath all the way up. Try to relax your thighs. If your thighs are tight, let them go. Cat and cow, breath in motion, meditation in motion. When you get into your little cat, you feel lengthening of the spine, releasing your upper back. This is a wonderful stretch for the lower back. Let's do one more. Up. Just let it happen. Just relax. And when you finish your last little cat, let's bring ourselves to straight neutral spine. If you find your wrists are getting a little tender, just shake them out a little bit. Shake, move your fingers around. If you'd like, you can go on your fists, and that changes the angle of the wrist. We're going to stay in this position a little bit longer, all right? Or if anything, you can always double up your mat, make it a little fatter. All right, let's work our hip a little bit from here. This is called the revolving tabletop. Take your breath. On the exhale, push the hip out to the right as you look over the left shoulder. One more breath. Exhale, swing those hips to the left as you look over the right shoulder. Just push it, don't go too far. It's not going to go very far anyway, so you don't have to whip it out. Just push it out gently. And let's go to the right. On the next exhale, swing those hips to the right, look over the left shoulder. Now this particular stretch, like I said, called the revolving tabletop, is a nice stretch for the glute, for the buttock, the lower back, and the hip abductors. Again, one last time, swing those hips to the left on the exhale, look over the right. And exhale, come back to center. All right, shake your hands out a little bit. Now the next little move we're going to do, our posture is called, you can lean back if you like, and just shake your hands out. It's called the bear. So I'm going to show you this one here. I'll do a quick demo and then we'll do it together. So this particular one is a very strong posture. Working the shoulders, working some abdominals, and working, you're going to feel it right in here, into the quads. So a couple of different ways with your feet. If you can, go on the tips of your toes. If your toes are a little tender, then come back onto the ball of the foot. All right, so all I'm going to do here from table, everything is nice and lined up, is I'm pushing my knees off the floor. That's it, all right? Now, getting your knees off the floor, doesn't matter how high, however you feel. If you feel nice and strong, you want to get them up a little higher, absolutely. But just getting them off the floor is just fine. We're going to come up there, 4 breaths, come down, a little rest, do it again, twice. If you find it's too much, go right into your child's pose because we're going to go there next. Ready? Position your feet, whatever feels good. Take a breath, exhale up. Back is straight, you're looking up the floor. Breathe. One more breath. Exhale, down, uncurled toes. I want you just to lean back. Not into child's pose, just lean back. Just bow your head and rest. Resting your wrists. This is an opportunity to rest your back, to rest your belly, because we're going to try that one again. Let's go. Back up. All right, same thing. Prepare your feet. Head is level with the spine. Take your breath. Exhale up. One more breath. Exhale down, uncurl toes, preparing for child's pose. Open up the knees a little wider. On the exhale, I want you to lean back. And now let's get into child's pose and let's take a little rest. Now make sure your head and your neck are always supported on your stacked fists, on your block if you'd like, on your stacked hands, or on the floor. And this is our child's pose Balasana. This is a resting, neutral, and it is a full body stretch as well. So just relax, let it all go, breathe. Hopefully the breath you have now is the same breath you had 5 minutes ago, and it's the same breath that you're going to have if you continue into part 2. Now's the time to thank yourself for being here, for taking the time just to unroll your mat, just to sit for a while and just stretch and rest and breathe and maybe re-energize or decompress, or maybe just turn the noises off, or just to have a little time for yourself. And it doesn't matter the reason, because it's all about you. This is your time. It's not long, even if it's only for half an hour. But you know, sometimes you just need that just to recharge your batteries. Maybe to go in and press that little reset button. So this is going to be, while you're in child's pose, this is going to be the end of part 1. So I'm going to stop the taping and I'm going to resume it in just a few minutes, and we're going to go right into part 2. All right.